Hey, I'm Shay from the Fortway Athletics and Warp Vision team. Thank you so much for joining us. As you may know, we have a lot of exciting things happening at Fortway and Warp Vision. And today we're going to talk about some stuff we've been working on with Cleveland Browns legend, Bernie Kosar. And I'm pleased to welcome Bernie here with us today. Hey, Bernie, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Shay. Great to be with you today. Super excited to be with Warp Vision and being here at 428 Athletics, getting my NFT started.
It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. So first things first, Bernie, would you like to introduce yourself, maybe tell our viewers where you grew up, to your NFL career, to where you are now?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Shay. My name's Bernie Kosar. Growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, halfway between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, growing up in a heavy steel worker manufacturing town that in the 60s and 70s was an awesome place for business and stuff. But the manufacturing jobs started dissipating in the 1970s and stuff. So I'm absolutely showing my age here. So the ability to play sports was really about the only way to get yourself an education and to get yourself an opportunity to the future. So growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, and playing sports was a football, baseball, basketball was a big influence on a lot of us young men, little boys in town there. So to be able to learn how to play sports, to be able to get an academic and an athletic scholarship to go to college, and then have that opportunity to play 12 years of pro football, to get a national championship at the University of Miami, and then to play again 12 years in the NFL, 8.5 with Cleveland, 1 with winning the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, and then finishing my last 3 years with the Miami Dolphins. Absolutely honored to been able to play NFL football at this level.
You've just got such an amazing story, and I know so many people love hearing about it too. So now the Cleveland Rams, what an amazing story as well. And I think once we saw it, we knew we had to do something and get involved. Would you like to tell the story of these amazing guys and why we had to get involved so much?
Well, you know, sports and football in particular has become such a amazing part of so many people's lives. And especially if you look at what's been happening really in society, especially over the last couple of years, you know, the whole world, we've been dealing with this virus issue. We see what's happening right now in Ukraine. You see what happened in America on January 6th with the political situation. We see, God, what happened just this past week in Buffalo, New York, some of the extremism that's been going on within society right now. And it's been almost so polarizing, the extreme kind of opinions and attitudes that are going on, that it's almost, I really believe as an older guy now who's been blessed with so many gifts, almost like a sense of responsibility for us to really realize some of the great gifts we've been given and some of the things that are going on in society now. And as athletes and people that maybe have a platform to be able to get out there and create a message for people, I think it's imperative now as people that we really bond and come together and show a positive influence on a right pathway for all of us, but especially young people now to do the right thing and integrate and to help each other. I use the phrase a lot, doing well by doing good, community at our core. Boy, now if there isn't if those phrases didn't mean so much now to the world, to people, to communities, with what's been happening in society, I really believe it's a perfect opportunity for people like us to be able to give back and to show other people that they matter.
Exactly. And the story just means so much to so many people, doesn't it? And how selfless the act was. And as you said, there's so many horrible things happening in the world, and to have something so good happen, it just really uplifts everyone, doesn't it? And it's good to share that positivity with everyone. So one thing we have been working on for a while, and we're finally excited to announce, is a Kosar Collection NFT project. We have been working with Bernie since last November, I think it was, wasn't it, on different projects. And one thing Bernie asked us to help with was the launch of his NFT collection. This was something we jumped at straight away. And Bernie wanted to do something where he could give something back to the fans, while also hoping to raise some funds for charities and community projects. Again, more positivity and just helping other people. Would you like to tell us about the Kosar Collection and how you do want to give back?
Well, I'm absolutely fired up about the NFTs and the Kosar Collection that's coming out. One, from the fan perspective, it's awesome, humbling, honored and humbled to have this awesome response that so many fans after all these years still enjoy having that interaction and those memories of some of the games that I played. And in particular, even as you see, I'm wearing a shirt of a great friend and teammate of mine, Ernest Biner, and his foundation that I help work with, the Healing Dogs. And so many of us ex-players, myself in particular, I mean, I'm in at almost 40 plus surgeries, over 75, 80 broken bones, over 100 concussions, 14 seizures, the last couple seizures, in a coma for 72 and 96 hours. The physical stuff that you go through as a player on and off the field is something that really massively takes a toll on it. And I know there's a lot of people, like we were talking about, that are hurting out there now from the virus and some of the things that are going on in society. So many of my ex-teammates and so many of my so many ex-players are suffering through so much from the injury standpoint, that it's imperative not only for myself who's been blessed to figure out a holistic wellness program for myself, and being able to turn negative situations into a positive situations, and having an opportunity to find a way to, with a holistic lifestyle, to get my life back in order, to have my health and wellness back together, to get a second chance myself, being able now to give that gift. It's almost a responsibility now to be able to want to give that gift back to not only just the fans, but in particular to a lot of my friends and teammates who I played with, who are suffering through a lot of the injuries and a lot of the issues that come, yes, with old age, but yes, with old age coming when you were a professional football player. So when I was younger and playing, I knew that technology, like things like the Zoom calls, cell phones, would be getting better as we got older with the improvements and stuff. I knew as a young football player that there was some physical damage that was happening at the time. I was hoping that society and the medical field would progress and grow, and as it has, to find ways to really help and heal us. I didn't really think it'd be myself, being somewhat of the guinea pig and one of the guys to holistically come up with pathways from not only myself, and I'm super blessed to have found them for myself, and I'm just honored and almost feel like it's a responsibility now to come out to some of my teammates and some of my other players, to create and talk about this message and be able to help maybe raise some money for them to help get them back on their pathway to good health and wellness.
That's amazing. And I just think it's so inspiring how you can go through all that and then just want to help other people as well. And I just know this is going to help so many different people. I'm so excited for it. So we are so excited to launch the Kosar Collection, and we can't wait to officially get it out there and get it started. We've also seen the UMatter hashtag in most of your social media posts. It must have such a great meaning for you. And when some of our team accompanied you at the Guardian's home opener, people were shouting it at you left, right and centre, and they said how fun it was. For those that don't know, would you like to tell the story behind UMatter so we can learn a little bit more about it?
Well, it's awesome to be and proud to be talking as a University of Miami alumni. Won the national championship in 1983. And we say the phrase, "You matter, go Canes." And it's not just, and it started out as a University of Miami thing, "You matter, go Canes." But for myself in particular, and we've been talking through the course of our little talk this morning about how we're wanting to give back, how I've been blessed, how things have been going on within society with the virus, with what's going on in Ukraine, what happened here in America on January 6th, some of this sad situations in Buffalo with the mass shootings. And yesterday we've been talking about some of the extreme polarizing things that have been happening within society, but there's such an era of almost selfishness that's really been going on. And it's really, there's a natural thing that I believe within all of us, there's a degree of selfishness that lays within all of us. And I don't say that to be critical, and I absolutely don't say that to be demeaning to anybody. It's just something I think when you realize that it's happening within you, that you're able to pay attention to it. And when you tend to have these extreme things going on in society, people sometimes forget that they do matter. And it becomes a lot about myself, ourselves. And when you really are able to just give back and take yourself apart and take yourself out of yourself, and you're taking yourself and just, Shay, I genuinely just care about you. And when you're able to just singularly focus on other people, and you singularly able to focus on others that you genuinely want to see them do good, you want to see them get better, you want to see them be happy. That matter, that saying of "you matter" takes it to a whole nother level, at least in my mind. And that's something where, with what's going on in society, where people don't feel their self-worth, they don't have their self-confidence, self-esteem is at low points. Letting people know that we care about you, that you matter, that you make a difference is something that I believe is massively imperative, not only just for young people and their growth, that even as an older guy, it's important for all of us to know that they are special, that they matter, that we care about you.
That's amazing. And I don't think people realize how much they do matter as individuals. And it's just incredible to be sharing that and to make people realize. And again, it all just goes back to sharing the positivity, doesn't it? And I just think it's amazing what you're doing with this collection and just what you're doing on a day-to-day basis as well. So thank you so much for sharing your story. And I guess we all understand now why it is so important to you, and we just need to get it out there now, don't we, as much as we can. So finally, Bernie, let's talk about crypto and Bitcoin. Are you a hodler?
Well, to your first point, it is imperative for us to get the message out there. You know, when I was younger, sometimes when you were doing charitable things and philanthropic things within the communities, because community is at our core, doing well by doing good. And sometimes I was uncomfortable with promoting myself, promoting the charity, talking about it, because I didn't want it to come across like it was self-serving, like it was something about just doing it to promote myself. But what I really found was by not talking about it, you weren't able to really create the message out there. You weren't able to create the important awareness of so many of these issues that are going on. So to be able to create some of this awareness is really, really special to me. And then when it comes from the Bitcoin side of it, I actually starting to feel like I'm getting those diamond hands going. So to learn about this over the last couple years and to see the awesome ability that it's able to do in terms of transparency, in terms of the ability to understand what you really have, the ability to give back with it, and then to be transparent with it, especially from the charity foundation of it, and the ability to give back from it is awesome. And for me now to be acquiring my diamond hands and being able to learn this over the last 18 months here at 428 Athletics is absolutely inspiring for me to be able to learn, become part of it, and then be able to implement this into our lifestyle and be able to implement it into our awesome communities, to be able to give back to people so that they're able to grow and experience some of these awesome gifts that we are, because genuinely you do matter.
I love that so much. And I just love how much it goes hand in hand as well. So as you said, you didn't want it to be about you, but you can just completely tell that you just care so much about everybody else and getting that message out there and showing everyone that they do matter. And the NFT collection, it goes so perfect, doesn't it, together, to be able to get out there and raise these funds for charity. I just love it. We are so excited for what is going to be happening with us. And with that, thank you so much for joining us, Bernie. It has been incredible to talk to you and to get the awareness out there. And I just know people are going to love this interview so much. So everyone, please check out our websites, download the Vision Crypto app, become a part of what we are, follow us on our social media to see what we're up to. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you so much, Bernie.
Thank you, Shay. God bless you. You matter.
You matter. Thank you.